All right. So let's get into the activation. What I'd like you to do is get comfortable. You lay back in your chair, lay down as long as you can hear me. The only thing I ask is that you don't have your arms crossed or your hands touching during this. Just get comfortable. Allow yourself to relax, take a couple deep breaths and sink into wherever you're at. All right. Like you become aware of the energy that surrounds your body. Expand that energy out to the size of the room you're in. Expand the energy out to the size of the building you're in. And the energy out to the size of the city block you're on. And energy out to the size of the city you're in. And energy out to the size of the state or province you're in. And energy out to the size of the country you're in. And energy out to the size of the entire planet. And energy out to the size of the solar system. And energy out to the size of the galaxy. And energy out to the size of the universe. And then energy out to the size of the universe of universes. And expand energy all the way out to infinite consciousness. Okay. First, we're going to tune you to be able to access the quantum space. We'll do that now. You can say, I will receive this either out loud or in your head. All right. Next, I'm going to activate your ability to access the accelerated light healing energies. And say, I will receive this out loud or in your head. We're going to tune you to the energy facelift energies. And say, I will receive this either out loud or in your head. Now we're going to turn your ability to the ability to enhance people's connection to infinite source and the earth. All right, now I'm going to enhance your connection to infinite source and the earth. What I'd like you to do now is breathe energy from the earth up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Do that 2 more times. Once more. Like you breathe energy from the source into the top of your head, down your entire body, and out your feet into the earth. Do that 2 more times. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Do that 2 more times. Once more. When you're ready, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, pressing your body, squeezing your body. In your own time, you can come back to sitting and open your eyes. Beautiful friends, how you feeling? Take a deep breath in. Notice what you're experiencing in your body and your energy. Do that a couple more times. A word or two in the chat box. How you feeling? And if you have anything else you'd like to share from that experience, please put that in there too. Jennifer says feeling peaceful. Yeah. Michelle says feeling light as a feather. Yay. Beautiful. All right. So what I'm going to do now is go over the process again, teach you how to activate the accelerated light healing energies and actually do the energy facelift and the advanced grounding technique. And then we're going to play with these energies on each other. So I'm just going to pull up the manual again real quick. Again, so at the beginning of every session, I usually ask people what they like to get out of the session first. And then I go through these steps to activate the accelerated light healing energies. So the first step is you connect to them. If you're just working on yourself, you don't have to do this step. But if you're working with somebody else, you say, I connect to, and then insert the person's name. What this does is instantly create an energetic connection with them, energetic resonance. Now, if you're doing this with people, if you're doing a session distantly, I put my hands like this and say, I connect to, and then insert the person's name. And instantly, after I say that, their body and energy field shows up in between my hands. Their head is at my right hand and their feet are at my left hand. And literally I can do anything that I would do with them in person on this representation of them, their body and their energy field between my hands. And that's how we'll be playing with the energies today. So to do that, you just put your hands about 2 to 3 feet apart, or 70 centimeters to a meter apart, and say, I connect to, and then the person's name. Then you'll say, I intend to go into the quantum space. And that brings you and anybody and the person you're connected with into the quantum space. Again, which is a space beyond time and space, which allows you to create massive healing really quickly. Then you're going to activate the accelerated light healing energies by saying, I intend the accelerated light healing energies run through me. You'll notice as you do that, just kind of this flowing energy just flowing through you. Then you're going to call in the helper beings, which, if you look at your manual, is a whole long list. I'll just do it real quickly. I call in our guides, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Metatron, the Archaea, all those beings, divine feminine counterparts, the accelerated light healing beings, Obsassus, Christ, Lady Nada, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, Serapis Bay, his divine feminine counterpart, Cthulhu, Kachin star guides, star medicine beings, our own presences, our master guides, and our healing teams. And then you allow that energy to come in. Now they're already here, so you probably didn't notice a big shift when I did that. Because I did that at the beginning of class. But when you do that, when you're starting a session or just playing with these energies, you'll notice a huge shift after you run all that. And then, at that point, you'll run some clearings with your client. And then you'll go into the energy facelift process. So how we do that is, again, you're gonna activate, you're gonna have them get comfortable. You'll either want them laying down on their back to start, or just sitting in a chair. And at some point, if they're laying down, you're gonna flip them over to their backside. Once they're sitting in a chair, you'll probably have them stand up for the last part. Anyways, you've already activated the accelerated light healing energies, you've done the clearings. You just say, I intend the energy, facelift energies run through me. You notice the shift in the energy there. And you can use your intuition to go to spots on the body, or you can use the sample positions I have in the manual. Either way is fine. Doesn't matter. You could probably just hold your hands in one spot the whole time and have it work. But I find it very helpful to go to all these different positions. And so what you're going to be doing in these positions is you're going to touch them if you're in person. If you're working at a distance, you're going to do it on the representation of their body. You're going to touch them and just pull up a little bit on the skin. Not so much that you're like stretching it really tight. You're just pulling it a little bit. So just like, I'm here, I'm just going like that. Create a little bit of lift. And then you're going to hold that and breathe into it until something says move. Now for me, if I'm holding this, just pulling up just a little bit, what happens for me at some point is I can't breathe into it anymore. I'll go, and my breath just won't go. That's how I know it's time to switch. Now, everybody has their own different way, but that's just one way. Sometimes, for some people, their hands just pop off the spot. And some people just know. If you're having trouble reading that, do at least 3 breaths and maybe even 20 up to 100 breaths. Allow the energies to guide you. Some spaces need more another. It's all good. So you're going to do that over the entire body. So pulling up forehead, scalp, the eyes. You can go sideways on the eyes. It's kind of hard to pull up on the eyes. You can go sideways on the eyes. Pull in a little bit so the skin is a little bit tight. Cheeks, ears, occiput, chin, under the mouth, lips, nose. If you're working on somebody, it's a lot easier to work on somebody else because you're going to come at them from above and pull up. Chin, neck, back of the neck, shoulders, arms, top of the arm, this part of the arm, hand, both back and front. You're going to want to get both sides. I can't really show you on one hand, but here and here. Hands, and both back and front. Chest for men, that's usually just one or two positions, top of pecs, bottom pecs. If you're working on women, you're going to want to do top of the breasts, sides of the breasts, and bottoms of the breasts. Maybe inner breasts. And also thymus. So just below the collarbone, pulling that up too. Sides of chest, sides of stomach, pubic bone. Probably not going to want to play in the genital area unless you're doing this with a lover, but you can go above it, you know, a foot. Just kind of intend to pull that energy back and up. Thighs, and you're going to want to do the tops and then the sides. Knees, calves, feet. And then you're going to want to have them flip over if they're laying down, or if they're in a chair, stand up at this point, which they might not want to because they're going to be so relaxed and feeling good. But you'll do the backs of the calves, backs of the legs, the butt, probably 3 or 4 different positions. Bottom of the butt, sides of the butt, middle of the butt, top of the butt, lower back, mid back, top of the back. If you haven't done the back of the neck and the occiput yet, do those. Shoulder blades. And you're done. I know that sounds like a lot, but it doesn't have to take a super long time, 20, 30-ish minutes. Probably never more than 40 or 45 minutes, but usually between the 20 and 30-minute range. And again, if you miss a spot, don't worry about it. It's still going to get the energy. It's still going to work. If stuff starts coming up for them, like emotions during that part, you can ask them about it, and you can ask them, like, what's coming up for you right now. If it's something specific, you can ask them if they'd like to clear it out, and you can enrich it. Or you can ask them if they just want to be with it and let it move. Generally with the accelerated light healing energies, if emotions come up and crying starts happening, it goes away so quickly. It's accelerated, it moves out so fast. Let it be. Actually a good thing. Helps the body open to more healing. And yeah. After you've finished the facelift energies, you're going to want to bring them through the advanced grounding process. And that's also in your manual towards the bottom. And that's a 3-step process. So the first step is you're going to turn the chakras vertical. And what I mean by that is, you know, if you've seen pictures of chakras, maybe on those bookmarks at the metaphysical bookstore, you know the ones I'm talking about. They show the chakras like a cone coming out from the front and back. And that's not quite the visualization we're going to use for this process. What I want you to do is visualize the chakras as donuts with the hole pointing horizontal out the front and the back. So you have a donut. Then you're going to go through each chakra and turn the donut so the hole, instead of being horizontal, it's done vertical. It's going up and down your central column. You're going to do all the chakras starting root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. And after you get to the crown, the energy just kind of comes in and you just kind of sink down into your body. Now you can do that on yourself, like that. You can do it on your energetic representation of the person, like that. Then you're going to do a mini activation, as I like to call it. It's the second part of the advanced grounding technique, and you just say, I intend, and you insert the person's name or just say there, I intend their connection to infinite source in the earth be enhanced. You just breathe with that for 5 to 15 breaths. Just let that energy come and do its thing. I like to have my hands like this, either if I'm working on the person distantly like this or I'm in person, because it just seems to make the energy flow a little bit better. And then after you've felt like that energy has fully done its thing, you'll have them breathe energy from the earth, up their feet, up their entire body, and out their head, all the way up to infinite source 3 times. And have them breathe energy from infinite source into the top of their head, down their entire body, and out their feet, into the earth 3 times. And have them breathe energy from the earth, up their feet, up their entire body, and out their head, all the way up to infinite source 3 times. That's the advanced grounding technique. And I know I went through that quick, but it is in your manual. After that, give them a little bit of time to kind of come back into present awareness, present reality. You can tell them to start wiggling their fingers and toes, rotating their wrists and ankles, caressing their body, squeezing their body. In their own time, they can come back to sitting and open their eyes. And then you want to kind of get a little bit of feedback, but you don't want them to go too much into story. You notice after an activation or something, I will say, just give me 1 or 2 words on how you're feeling right now. And if you have anything else you'd like to share, you can share that too. They may be totally blissed out and just riding that wave, and that's totally cool. They can do that. But by asking them to give you a word or 2 on how they're feeling, it kind of solidifies that a shift has been made in them. And that's really a good thing, isn't it? Any questions on that process? Jean says, do you turn the chakras front and back? Well, the thing is, instead of cones, you're seeing the chakra as a donut with the hole pointing front and back. So you're just turning that whole donut, and it automatically turns both the front and the back of the chakra. How do you do groups of people at the same time or make a YouTube video that will be seen by lots of people? Great question. That first step in connecting, when you're activating the accelerated light healing energies, I connect to insert person's name. You just say, I connect to everybody who will ever watch this now and in the future. Have the representation here. Michelle says, how long does the lift last? Well, you'll notice permanent changes after the first one. If you do about 6 or receive about 6, all the changes should be permanent. You should be fully activated into infinite youthing. And you might get there after 1 or 2. You usually will. Energies are pretty strong. They're pretty good. Very permanent. Any other questions before we play with these energies? All right, so this is how this is going to work. Because we have an even number of people in the class, that works, and you can work on each other. For those of you watching this in the future, I'll tell you about how we're going to do that in a minute. But Gwen and Jean, you're going to work on each other. Jennifer and Joe, Anita. Oh, Jennifer has to leave in 15 minutes. Okay, that's fine. You can start this process, and then I will continue. So Jennifer and Joe, Anita, you can work on each other. And then Michelle and Vera, you can work on each other. So in the chat box, there's a little box that says 2 and it says everyone next to it. If you click that, you can find your partner and just click their name. Decide who's going to give first and who's going to receive first. For Jennifer, why don't you give first? And you can give as much as possible, and the rest, when you have to leave, she'll receive from me. And then you'll be able to receive when you watch the replay. For those of you watching this in the future, watching the video replay, I am going to run an energy facelift on you. And then for this first part, and then when we switch, you're going to run it on me. Okay. So once you've decided who's going to go first, you're going to connect with them. You don't have to ask them why they're here. You know why they're here. We're just going to play with the energies. We're not going to do any clearance either for right now. So start with I connect to. Put your hands out like this and say I connect to, and then insert the person's name. All right. Then you're going to go into the quantum space, which brings them into the quantum space too. So I intend to go into the quantum space. Beautiful. And then turn on the accelerated light healing energies. So I intend the accelerated light healing energies run through me. Just breathe with that. Notice how that feels. And then we're going to call in the helper beings. So just repeat after me. I call in our guides, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Zachiel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Delphon, the Archaea, all those beings, divine feminine counterparts, the accelerated light healing beings, Ipsasis, Christ, Lady Nada, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, Serapis Bey, his divine feminine counterpart, Cthulhu, the Kachina star guides, the star medicine beings, our own presences, our master guides, and our healing teams. Let's let that energy come in. And again, so you're connected at a distance. Their head is towards your right hand. Their feet are towards your left hand. And you're just going to say, I intend the energy, facelift energies run through me. This activates the energy, facelift energies. And at that point, you just want to start towards their head, pull back on their scalp a little bit, and breathe. Beautiful. Go to the forehead, pull back a little bit, breathe. Doesn't matter if you're using your whole palms or your fingertips. Scalp is like bigger areas or palms are better. Areas like the face, the fingertips are really good. Their eyes tight, a little bit sideways. Nose. Cheeks. Above and below the lips, kind of pull them sideways. Jawline. Ears. Below the chin. Chin itself. Neck. Occiput, which is right where the skull and the spinal cord meet. Back of the neck. Sides of the neck. Shoulders. Top of left arm. Elbow, left arm. Bottom of the left arm. Left wrist. Front and back of hands. Top of right arm. Right elbow. Bottom of right arm. Right wrist. Right hand. Thymus. Top of breasts. Sides of breasts. Bottoms of breasts. Insides of breasts. Sides of the chest. Sides of solar plexus. Solar plexus. Top of the belly. Sacral area. Sides of the belly and sacral area. If you're watching, you can see I'm kind of at the end of my range of motion. I could go a little bit farther, but it'd be straining. So you just move your representation back a little bit. Pubic bone. Sides of hips. Genitals. Tops of thighs. Let's do sides of the left thigh. Sides of the right thigh. Knees. Top of the calves. Sides of the left calf. Sides of the right calf. Top of the feet. Left ankle. Right ankle. Top and bottom of the right foot. Top and bottom of the left foot. Okay, then you're gonna flip the representation over. Actually, you don't even have to do that. Don't do that. Put it back the way it was. Because you have a representation, you can just do it. So bottom of calves. Remember, you're pulling up just a little bit on each position. Back of knees. Two sides of the left knee. Sides of the right knee. Back of thighs. Bottom of butt. Middle of butt. Sides of butt. Top of the butt. Small of the back. Low back. Mid back. Underneath the shoulder blades. Top shoulder blades. High back. Back of the shoulders. And then just do the top of the shoulders again to anchor it in. Ah. Beautiful. And then we're going to go through the advanced grounding process. So you don't need to type all this into your partner. I do want you to say it out loud as if you were on the phone with them or in person with them. So we're going to start by turning the chakras vertical. And you wouldn't really need to tell them that you're doing that. You just do that. So you have your representation of their body. You have the donuts. They're facing, if you're looking at this, they're facing front and back from the body. You're going to turn them so they're facing vertical in the body. So I'm going to turn it so the root chakra is, the whole is vertical aligned with the body. Sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, crown. Notice how this happens to you too as you do it to your client. Just kind of let that energy settle in. Yeah. You have your hands like this, and you do the mini activation. Just repeat after me. I intend that their connection to infinite source and the earth be enhanced. Can you just breathe with that until you feel like it's done? My feet kind of pop up off the ground and land back very, very solid. It's done. 5 to 10 breaths to do it. Maybe 15, but generally not too much more than that. And then you're going to tell them, I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head all the way up to infinite source. And do that 2 more times. Energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head all the way up to infinite source. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from infinite source into the top of your head, down your entire body, and out your feet into the earth. Do that 2 more times. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head all the way up to infinite source. And do that 2 more times. Once more. Give your client a moment. Let me tell them you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, caressing your body, squeezing your body a little bit. In your own time, you can come back to sitting and open your eyes. You say, beautiful friend, how you feeling? Maybe 1 or 2 words on how you feeling right now. For those of you with me now, both givers and receivers, I would love to know how you're feeling right now. If you just put a word or 2 in the chat box, that would be amazing. If you changed your chat to a specific person, you have to change the 2 back to everyone so I can see it. June says, I feel relaxed and calm. Yay. Pierre says, excellent. Beautiful. And if you have any questions about what we just did, you can put that in the chat box too. And then we're going to switch. Michelle says, does it matter which way your hands face? Not really. But if I'm working on somebody on a table, I'm generally going to be pulling back like this. So I'm going to be, their head's going to be in front of me, their feet extending like that. So I'm going to be pulling on their head like that, their cheeks like that, their chest like that. But does it matter? No, but you'll notice that if you're when you're doing it on a distant representation of the person, I guess you could have them, you know, forward like that, and that would actually probably make it a lot easier. But you'll notice that your arms kind of have to change to get the positions. It doesn't matter. When you're working on a person in person, you'll notice that it's a lot more comfortable if you're, you know, pulling like this towards the top of the body. And it feels better probably for both of you. You want to be relaxed when you're doing this. If you're in a position that's tense, that's not good for either of you. So find the positions that are relaxed. Jean has 2 questions. Does twitching mean anything? I was doing that a few times. Yes, it means energy is moving out. You notice me, I shake all the time, especially when I run rich clearings. So yes, it's a good sign. Some people twitch, some people don't. Doesn't mean it's not happening if they don't twitch. But some people, that's how they release energy. It says, how far apart would sessions be? A week, 10 days? Doesn't matter. You could do them every day if you wanted. But again, they're probably not going to need a lot. 1 might do the trick. 2 might do the trick. 6 will definitely do the trick. All right, so let's switch. You in the chat box know who your partners are. Jonita, you can run the facelift on me. And for those of you watching the video, you can also run the facelift on me. Hopefully you received the first time. If you didn't, you can rewind and go back and receive from me. And this time you're going to run it on me. So when we start and you connect, you just say, I connect to Micaiah. Cool. So let's get started. So you can put your hands out like this. I connect to, insert the receiver's name, either your partner or I connect to Micaiah. And you bring them in the quantum space. So I intend to go into the quantum space. And you activate the accelerated light healing energies. So I intend that the accelerated light healing energies run through me. You call in the helper beings. I call in our guides, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, Archangel Michael, Archangel Azrael, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Haniel, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Zachiel, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Delphon, the Archaea, all those beings, divine feminine counterparts, the accelerated light healing beings, Ipsasis, Christ, Lady Nada, Saint Germain, Lady Portia, Serapis Bey, his divine feminine counterpart, Cthulhu, the Kachina star guides, the star medicine beings, our own presences, our master guides, and our healing teams. Just breathe with that. All right, next step is to activate the energy facelift energies. At this point, you do some clearings with them. But we're not going to do that right now. Activate the energy facelift energies. So I intend the energy facelift energies run through me now. Just run through me. There you go. And if you have your construct of the person, your head's at your right hand, feet's at the left. You want to play with it coming out like that, that's totally fine too. You might find that easier. You're going to start at the scalp. Just pull back a little bit on the scalp. The skin is tight. And breathe. And forehead, like this. Forehead. I have my construct here now. Feels a lot better. The eyes you pull sideways. Cheeks. Ears. You can go above the ears. Nose. And bottom of the lips. Just above the jawline. Jawline. Chin. Underneath the jawline. Neck. Throat. Sides of the neck. Shoulders. Top of the left arm. Left elbow. Bottom of the left arm. Wrist. Hand. Top of the right arm. Right elbow. Right wrist. Right hand. Top of the breast. Thymus. 3 fingers below the center of the collarbone. Sides of the breasts. Uh, Bottoms of the breasts. Insides of the breasts. Sides of the chest. Sides of the solar plexus. Solar plexus. Top of the stomach. Sacral area. Sides of the stomach. Pubic bone. Genitals. Tops of thighs. Sides of the left thigh. Sides of the right thigh. Right knee. Sides of right knee. Left knee. Sides of left knee. Tops of calves. Sides of left calf. Sides of right calf. Tops of the ankles. Sides of the right ankle. Sides of the left ankle. Top and bottom of left foot. Sides of left foot. Top and bottom of right foot. Sides of right foot. Backs of backs of the calves. Backs of the thighs. Bottom of butt. Little butt. Sides of butt. Top of butt. All the back. Lower back. Mid back. Underneath the shoulder blades. Top of the shoulder blades. Top of the back. Back of the shoulders. And top of the shoulders just to seal it in. Allow your client to be with that for a moment here. Yeah. Ah, right. Now you would lead your client through the advanced grounding technique. You don't have to put that in the chat box, but I would like you to say these steps out loud, like you were talking to a client. You don't talk about turning the chakras to a client. The rest you do. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the chakras. Again, if they're pointing out the body horizontally, we're going to a donut. We're going to visualize the chakras as donuts. And if the hole is pointing like horizontally, run back the body, you're going to turn it so it's vertical. We're going to do that for each of the chakras. So root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and crown. Just let that energy sink in. Now you're going to do the mini activations. So just repeat after me. I intend that their connection to infinite source and the earth be enhanced. Just breathe with that. And then you're going to have them do the breathing. So I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, and out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Do that 2 more times. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from infinite source into the top of your head, down your entire body, out your feet into the earth. Do that 2 more times. Once more. I'd like you to breathe energy from the earth, up your feet, up your entire body, out your head, all the way up to infinite source. Do that 2 more times. Once more. And then just give your client another moment. say. You're ready, you can start wiggling your fingers and toes, rotating your wrists and ankles, caressing your body, squeezing your body a little. In your own time, you can come back to sitting and open your eyes. And you'll ask them, beautiful friend, how you feeling? And I'd love to know, both givers and receivers, how are you feeling right now? Kara says, this is easy. It totally is. Michelle says, blissful. Yay. I'm feeling very vibrant myself. Gwen says, sleepy. Felt some tugging during the process while receiving. Wow. That's awesome. Yay. So what I'd like you to do is grab that camera, that phone, or pull up your camera app on your computer and just snap another selfie right now. And take a look at the pictures. You notice a change. Look at me. Do I look younger than when we started? I totally do. My skin is tight. Oh. All right. If you have any questions about the process, please feel free to put them in the chat box, or any longer shares, you can put those in the chat box too. Vera says, if you have an awareness during the process and notice an issue or ailment, would you stop and do a ridge clearing, or would you just let the facelift run its course without a ridge clearing? Oh, definitely clear it out. This is, you know, if you go on to become an accelerated light healing practitioner, this is just one of the many tools that you'll have. And it's just part of the session. It's not the only part. So yes, definitely clear it out, ask them some questions. Jean says, my eyes look lifted and my skin looks a little brighter. Yay. I did have a lot more, I seem to have a lot more blood flow to my face too. Wow. Other questions about the process? Now, I mentioned this briefly before, but I'm going to mention it again. Breasts for women and genitals for both men and women are sensitive areas. So if you are going to do this on a woman in person, you'll want to ask if you have permission to touch their breasts. And if you're doing this in person with a man or a woman, I would say just do the genitals energetically. Just go about a foot or 30 centimeters above your genitals and pull back. It'll still work. If you're doing it with your lover, you can touch your genitals, but in a professional setting, you're going to want to avoid that. So one more time, we're going to review the process. When your client comes in, you ask them what they'd like to get out of the session. You're going to connect with them, bring them into the quantum space, activate the accelerated light healing energies, call in the helper beings, do some clearings with them, then get them on the table or a chair, activate the energy facelift energies, go through the process, pulling up in each spot, breathing with it, then bring them through the advanced grounding technique and ask them to give you a couple words on how they're feeling. Give them a little time at the end of the session, because you'll notice that you were probably blissed out, and they will be too. So give them a little bit of time on the table before bringing them up. Any other questions before we end for the day? Beautiful. Well, I want to tell you a little bit about what's next, how you can go deeper with this work. And there's two options. One is not for a while, but it's coming. So in May of 2019, I'm going to be doing a becoming youthful, becoming younger practitioner weekend, a 2-day class, going really deep into working with people and bringing them into a youthful state and integrating that. And it'll include the energy facelift and some clearing work. We'll go deeper into intuitive counseling, but you'll also learn how to activate people's Merkaba light bodies and their DNA and other things like that will help even enhance the youthening process even more. I might even call it youthening, just because I love that word, the Youthening Practitioners Program. So that's going to be in May of 2019. So that's a little ways off. If you can't wait, the other option to go deeper with this is the Accelerated Light Healing Practitioners, the certification classes. And to become an Accelerated Light Healing Practitioner, you take Accelerated Light Healing Level 1, which is a 4-day class, Accelerated Light Healing Level 2, which is a 4-day class. And you can take those online instantly, get the videos right away, or you can wait until we have them scheduled. Both Bond and I teach them in person at least once a year. But we don't, so you can look on acceleratedlighthealing.com to see if there's any scheduled, or you can get the videos from the library. And just a little bit about Accelerated Light Healing Level 1. It's just an amazing life-changing course. Learn how to naturally and intuitively go to the root causes of people's problems instantaneously, very quickly, and clear them out. So there's a whole big, long section into deeper intuitive counseling, very in depth. And then you'll also learn a bunch of healing energies. We will do the energy facelift again, but also things like the liquid light of ancestral and past life clearing, healing vision, heal the vision, which not only heals the eyes and the clarity of vision, but also heals your vision, the clarity of vision for your life. Creative manifestation, which helps you enhance your creative energies, and a lot more healing energies to help yourself and other people. You'll also learn intuitive energy healing, to use the accelerated light healing energies in an intuitive way to do energy work on your clients, which is super powerful. See massive changes happen with that. And then there's lots of clearings and creations and awarenesses around things like receiving, bodies, food, awareness, intuition. And we go deep into activating your intuition. We talk about your 20 chakras, and we activate and align and awaken them. And you get deeper 2 minutes of accelerated light healing energies. And grounding. And so much more. That class is beyond life-changing. It's 4 days worth of videos or live. Then Accelerated Light Healing Level 2, another 4-day class where we go deeper into activations and illuminations. That's the main focus of the class. It's teaching you how to do activations, things like DNA activations, Merkaba activations, activating people's intuitive and psychic abilities. We go into interdimensional work, working with the 1st through 12th dimensions for journeys and healing. We talk about money. I think we talk about sex a little bit in that class. We go deeper into receiving and clearing, working on if your empathy is too active, we work on toning that down so it's easy for you to be on this planet. So those classes, level 1 is on the store. For level 2, you have to email me because I need to make sure you've taken level 1 before you take level 2. But after you've taken level 1 and level 2, then you're a certified accelerated light healing practitioner. You have so many tools to play with to help change your life and the people's lives around you. So if you have any questions on that, you can put them in the chat box or send me an email. And then, yeah. So are there any other questions before we end for the night? Oh, Gwen says, when we watch the replay, will we receive the energy facelift from you? Yes, totally. I do encourage you to practice giving and receiving. So, you know, we did 2 rounds when we practiced giving and receiving the energy facelift energies. So I would say 1 round, the first round, receive. And on the second round, connect with me and practice the energy facelift, giving it to me. Yeah. Beautiful friends, I had so much fun playing with you today. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention is that I'm going to create a Facebook group. I'll put it on the video page underneath the video, and you can join it. It's just for people who've taken the energy facelift class. You can connect with each other if you'd like to practice giving the energy facelift on each other. So I'll make sure to include that too when I send out the video. Thank you so much, friends. I'm so happy that you came and played today. I'm so happy you're embodying these energies and helping to change people's lives. I look forward to playing with you again soon.